So this is my 1998 beast of a computer. I'm very excited about this because I didn't have one back in the day. I went from a 486SX to a Pentium 100. My brother bought the Pentium 100. He bought it used, and my parents bought that computer from him again to give to me. And eventually as time went by, I got bored of the 486. I wanted to play the games that my other friends and so on could play. So when I got that 100 MHz, I knew it wasn't a beast of a computer, but I thought that it was going to be a modern computer. So I got it, installed a few games, and they wouldn't work. So I was very disappointed. Of course, I had a lot of fun with it. I played games like Duke Nukem 3D and Quake and so on. But I was still disappointed. My nephew got a 300 MHz. A friend of mine got a 400 MHz. My brother got a beast of a computer. He got a Pentium 3 700 MHz and GeForce 256 19-inch monitor. And he bought a package. So he also got a HP photo camera with 1.3 megapixels and an HP photo printer. So like visiting him was like visiting the future. It was amazing, especially playing Supreme Snowboarding on that 19-inch computer or monitor. That was amazing. The graphics was so smooth. The snowboarder would just glide down the mountain. I loved that game. I played it over and over and over again. But back home I just had my 100 MHz 15-inch monitor. So my friend with the 400 MHz eventually built his own 900 MHz, and that inspired me to save up money and build my own 1.13 GHz computer. But today, finally, I'm going to get my own 1998 gaming computer. I have upgraded the RAM, and by the way, this is a Pentium 2 400 MHz. It came with 64 MB of RAM and an ATI 3D Rage Pro Turbo. I replaced it with the NVIDIA Riva TNT2. I don't remember. I think it's a Riva TNT2 M64. So I just recently found some time-appropriate speakers. I don't know when they were released, but they don't look modern. They look like 90s or even earlier speakers. The monitor is The monitor is from my first build from 2001. Today I'm going to I had another type of sound card in here that I have removed. It is a very nice sound card. It's this Gravis Ultrasound Max. I'm missing the bracket here, but I could still leave it in here in a nice slot, but this was released in 1994. I think it was or at least its predecessor that was released in 92, I think, was the first affordable sound card with great audio quality for the PC, I think. This is a very expensive card on eBay, and it's quite rare nowadays. So it's very nice, but I want to have a 1994 computer to have this in, and not this one. In 1998, I could choose between two different sound cards or technologies. Like Sound Blaster Live, it will give you a surround from 4 speakers, and it adds effects. Let's say if you are in a tunnel, it will add appropriate effects processed by this chip. I think this one, some chip on this card. But I wanted this card instead. And this is the Diamond Monster Sound MX300. The technology was originally developed for NASA. So I want some NASA power in my computer. And by the way, I'm not sure if this was actually released in '98 or this model, but I'm just using it as a reference. And what this does, it gives you also surround from 4 speakers, but it also don't just add effects, static effects. It calculates how the sound should sound like based on the reflection of the different surfaces. Also, it calculates how the sound should sound like based on where the sound comes from in relation to where you are in the game. It doesn't just give you surround from 4 speakers or virtual surround from 2 speakers. It gives you virtual 3D sound. You can tell the difference between if the sound comes from in front of you, behind you, to the left or right of you, or above you and below you. So this is a very nice sound card. And for the graphics card, the M64 Riven, the Riva TNT2 M64 is not exactly the best graphics card. So I'm going to install 3DFX Voodoo 2. This is the STB version. It was very cheap on eBay, so I bought that one, and only one of them. I would like to have 2, but I will be happy with 1 for now at least. So let's start installing the cards. Actually, I have to complete this first. This is a bit strange. No, it's not. Remove the power cable and LED stopped emitting light. That looks okay. looks good. I want to install the chipset drivers first. Oops. You see, I've already tried to install the sound card, but I had some problems with it. So that's why I did a clean installation. I got the sound card first. Yeah, start. Got the sound card first, and I couldn't wait for the Voodoo card to make a video installing both the Voodoo card and the sound card and so on. So I tried to install the sound card and it wouldn't work as it should. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to install drivers. I'm going to try to use the original Diamond MX 300 drivers. Okay. You know, I did use DirectX 7 previously. Could that be the problem? Because the problem was that I could hear the sound just fine. Well, actually not, but I heard the sound. But I opened the demo, 3D player, let's say, and it would have reflections and occlusions activated and I could not hear the difference between front and rear audio. When I disabled reflections, I could not get any sound at all. It is as if I can only hear the reflections and not the original sound. It's strange. Oh, okay.
Left channel, right channel.
It's using the internal sound card or the speaker. Oh.
Left channel, right channel.
Okay. What? Okay, working. Here's where the problem starts. Really? No sound? At all? There's no reflections in the options. Why? I got some help on the forums. Rugan's forum. I should run this file. And okay, I don't know how to perhaps save as a file. So now I have replaced the sound card and it works great. I'm going to plug this cable into the mic input of the camera, so you get the audio directly from the sound card.
Dressed from head to foot.
Strikes me.
So that was demonstrating the completed 1998 computer. For better demonstrations of games, you should go to YouTube and just search for Aural 3D2 and games. I was very surprised. I haven't seen any demos of showing the difference between hearing the sound above you or below you. So I didn't think it actually worked. So I was very surprised that it was so clear that you could hear the difference. So sound card is absolutely an amazing sound card from 1998. And of course 400 MHz and Voodoo 2, and I think I have 256 megabytes of RAM. I would have been so happy having such a computer like this back in 1998. But finally, I have one at least, in 2016. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you next time.